Everyone can silence their phones, please. We are honored today to have with us Foreign Minister of the Republic of Azerbaijan, His Excellency Bayramov, who will be holding the media briefing with Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Pakistan, His Excellency Mohammad Ishaq Dar. So, Ambassador, so we start.
Excellency, please.
Dear Mr. Deputy Prime Minister, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be in brotherly Pakistan, and I express my gratitude for the warm hospitality extended to me and our delegation. We are of a firm belief that such visits and meetings are important factors in further deepening ties between the two friendly and brotherly nations. For the last several months, we have met with my brother, Minister Ishaq Dar, on numerous occasions, the latest earlier this month. Today's meeting and this visit have been another reminder of the depth and breadth of the relation between our countries, the convergence of our interests, and many shared values. During today's meeting, we had a thorough discussion on our multidimensional bilateral agenda, strategic partnership in multiple areas, possibilities of elevation of our relations to the next level, and exchange views on the recent developments in our regions. In addition to our bilateral partnership, multilateral cooperation formats contribute to bringing us closer and further strengthen the positions of our countries at the regional and global levels. Azerbaijan attaches importance to mutually beneficial cooperation and support on multilateral platforms including the United Nations, Non-Aligned Movement, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia, where Azerbaijan will hold a chairmanship for 2024-2026, and Economic Cooperation Organization, to name a few. Dear colleagues, in comparison with the full-fledged Azerbaijan-Pakistan political dialogue, the huge potential for the development of our bilateral economic and trade relations still remains untapped. We have to invigorate our economic cooperation and make it more comprehensive, considering joint investment projects in energy, information technologies, pharmaceuticals, heavy and light industry, chemistry, agriculture, information technologies, tourism, and transport. We believe that the next 8th session of the Azerbaijan-Pakistan Joint Intergovernmental Commission, to be held in Islamabad later this year, will further add impetus to economic cooperation. Moreover, we invite Pakistani business representatives to consider the opportunities provided by the international transit corridors passing through the territory of Azerbaijan and the Baku International Sea Trade Port. In the same manner, our Pakistani partners can benefit from favorable conditions and privileges offered by the Alat Free Economic Zone. Additionally, direct flights between our countries contribute to the expansion of tourism and people-to-people contacts. Currently, there are 6 flights per week from Baku to Islamabad, Lahore, and Karachi. Last year, the number of Pakistani tourists visiting Azerbaijan reached 55,000. In the first 4 months of 2024, the number is close to 20,000. Hosting the 29th session of the UN Conference of the Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, COP29, by Azerbaijan in 2024 will also create additional opportunities for our cooperation in clean energy and green transition-related areas. Last but not least, today we pleasingly mentioned social projects implemented in Pakistan by the Hyder Ali Foundation and emphasized the importance of expanding humanitarian, cultural, and academic exchange between our brotherly peoples. Furthermore, cooperation between higher education institutions and cultural centers of the two countries, as well as scientific research institutions and think tanks, is of utmost importance. We are glad that various cultural and language centers operate both at Azerbaijani and Pakistani educational institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, Azerbaijan has always appreciated Pakistan's firm political and moral support to Azerbaijan during the past Armenia-Azerbaijan conflict, the 44-day patriotic war, and afterward. Our position on the issue of Jammu and Kashmir has always been consistent as well. Azerbaijan supports the peaceful solution of this problem based on the norms and principles of international law and relevant resolutions of the UN Security Council, as well as with full respect for international humanitarian law. Today, I briefed my colleague, Minister Ishaq Dar, about the post-conflict situation in our region, Azerbaijan's rehabilitation and reconstruction work in the liberated territories, as well as the long-standing landmine threat that challenges these efforts. The recent agreement on the delimitation of a certain portion of the border between Azerbaijan and Armenia and the return of long-time Armenia-occupied 4 villages to Azerbaijan positively contributes to the normalization track. Azerbaijan is committed to the peace process, and we hope that it will yield positive results for a prosperous and secure region for all countries. Dear Mr. Minister, I would like to express my confidence that this visit will be a step forward to the further development of friendship and strategic partnership relations between our brotherly countries. I thank you once again for your kind invitation and warm hospitality. Thank you.
Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. It gives me immense pleasure to host in Pakistan my very dear brother, His Excellency Ceyhun Bayramov, Foreign Minister of Republic of Azerbaijan, and his delegation. Pakistan and Azerbaijan are bound by common cultural and civilizational links that form a solid foundation of ties between our both brotherly countries. Our strategic and economic relations are characterized by regular high-level exchanges and dialogue, including at leadership level. Since assuming office, I have been in regular contact with my Excellency, with my brother Foreign Minister, on bilateral as well as regional and international matters of mutual interest. I had met him recently on the sidelines of Nuclear Energy Summit in March 2024, held in Brussels, as well as on the occasion of OIC Summit, which took place in May 2024 in Banjul, Gambia. And recently we met informally in Tehran, when we went for condolence of the sad, news of former president of Iran, Dr. Raisi. In the extensive talks today, Foreign Minister, Excellency, and I discuss all aspects of our bilateral relationships. We will further enhance our multifaceted cooperation in trade, investment, connectivity, energy, and defense. We are taking measures to increase bilateral investments, especially in the energy sector. The joint working group on the energy will be critical in promoting cooperation in the energy sector. We are encouraged with the results of the first meeting of the joint working group, which took place on 21st of May 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, we will enhance parliamentarian exchanges. We will strengthen cultural cooperation and promote people-to-people exchanges, including between students, academia, businessmen, and tourists. Our two countries will bolster cooperation in climate action and renewable energy sector. We congratulate our brother country, Azerbaijan, for winning the bid for hosting COP29 event in the beautiful city of Baku. In our meeting today, I told His Excellency the Foreign Minister that Pakistan will fully support Azerbaijan during its presidency of COP29. We also discussed our cooperation at multilateral fora and regional and global developments, including the concerning developments in Gaza. Both our countries are firm supporters of multilateralism and to uphold the international law. Pakistan and Azerbaijan have a long history of collaboration at multilateral fora. We would continue to support each other in the future as well, including at OIC and ECO. We appreciate Azerbaijan for its consistent and principled stance on the Jammu and Kashmir dispute on a as a valued member of OIC Contact Group on Kashmir. Azerbaijan's stance is based on internationally recognized principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity in accordance with the United Nations and Organization of Islamic Countries resolutions. Pakistan has always stood for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Azerbaijan. Pakistan considers Karabakh as the sovereign territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan. We congratulate Azerbaijan on restoring its sovereignty on Karabakh. Pakistan appreciates and commits fully support to Azerbaijan peace efforts and dialogue process for normalization. Excellency, thank you again for coming to Islamabad. I look forward to working closely with you to strengthen our bilateral relations for prosperity and benefit of our both countries, and also take this opportunity for your great support for our candidature as the non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council for the election which is going to be held on 6th of June next month. So thank you again. You're very kind, and God bless you.
We'll go to the Q&A. We'll begin with Ms. Nimra Ahmed from PTV.
Thank you, Madam. Namra Sohail from Pakistan Television. My question is to Excellency Mr. Can you hear me now?
आवाज नहीं आ रही सर देखो यार ठीक जी प्लीज गो अहेड
Sir, my question is to you. Mr. Foreign Minister, you've made your statement extensive statement on government-to-government contacts between the two brotherly countries. My question to you is, what about, what are we doing to promote people-to-people exchanges between the two brotherly countries of Pakistan and Azerbaijan?
Well, there are different levels of engagements. Parliamentarians exchanges are there. I think in June next month, the Speaker of the National Assembly would be visiting Azerbaijan. The students-to-students exchanges are already there. We have a number of students which study in Azerbaijan, particularly in Baku, and that includes medical students. On the tourist side, Azerbaijan had around 55,000 Pakistani visitors last year in 2023. So you see, government-to-government agenda is always different, G2G. B2B agenda is also very relevant. And we have already discussed how to enhance our trade volume, how to upgrade our economic connectivity and our economic cooperation. And we both agreed that the depth of our relationship and our sincere affection for each other does not reflect the volume we have in terms of trade. So I remember when about a decade ago, when I went to Baku to hold the joint ministerial meeting, the Intergovernmental Commission, what we call, and representing Pakistan, I had the privilege and prerogative of calling on His Excellency, the President of Azerbaijan. And I had requested and flagged that there is a great scope of rice exports from Pakistan to Azerbaijan. And I was thrilled when I got the news that His Excellency, the President, waived the import duty in Azerbaijan of Pakistani rice. Now it is up to our own people, the private sector, the business community, the Rice Export Association of Pakistan, to take initiative, avail this great economic benefit. So you see, there is a long agenda we have. We are going to work together, and I have requested my brother, although I am in foreign affairs, but we both have to handhold the business community and increase the volume of business. So we are on it, both of us.
Abdullah Moment, Dawn News.
My question is from Foreign Minister Azerbaijan. Excellency, developing countries have great hopes from COP29, which will be held in Baku, Azerbaijan. At COP27 and 28, important achievements were made in setting up in loss and damage fund, which is a major demand of the developing countries. So what can developing countries expect from COP29? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. You are absolutely right. The hosting and COP29 presidency is a great responsibility and at the same time, of course, a challenge for Azerbaijan. Relating to your question, Azerbaijan is also a part of the developing world. We very well understand, of course, the challenges of developing world. We were the very strong advocates of a global South interest during 4 years of our chairmanship in non-aligned movement. But at the same time, we also should take into account that the COP presidency has, some specific. Your role as a COP president is to navigate among 198 parties, because in order to get the successful outcome documents, you have to get a consensus among all, parties. Some of them are part of the developing world, some of them are part of the developed world. And in order to, keep this role in a right way, you have to be, inclusive. You have to be neutral and transparent. At the same time, we believe that the Azerbaijani co-presidency, this is a great, let's say, news and opportunities for the developing countries, because, as I said, we very well understand the challenges of developing countries, and of course, all of them has their own challenges. We are very well aware about the challenges of Pakistan. I mean, from a climate change point of view, we remember the recent devastating flood in Pakistan. And from this perspective, of course, Azerbaijan will do its best. So there is the outcome documents provide, let's say, necessary resources. I mean, both financial resources in order to tackle these challenges for the developing countries, including Pakistan, in order to help to, let's say, to promote adaptation needs of these countries, early warning systems create, and other means of, support, meaning both technical and training capacities in the relevant, let's say, areas. And at the same time, of course, we are hopeful that Pakistan will also help us in terms of, during the negotiation processes, so that the Baku COP will be the really true, the really success story.
I just add few words to what my Excellency brother said. I have flagged to my brother and to his delegation, the situation of Pakistan vis-a-vis climate change. Our emissions are less than 1%, and we are one of the most 7 vulnerable countries on the globe vis-a-vis climate change. I have also flagged to my dear brother that the flash floods 2022 caused $34 billion worth of losses to Pakistan, unfortunately. This was worked out not by Pakistan alone, but UNDP, Asian Development Bank, EU, World Bank, etc. So you see the deal with this this menace, I would call, the climate change issues, you need climate finance. And we both agreed that we should work very hard. As Azerbaijan has the chair and presidency, we should try to mobilize the resources. It's easy to say that climate change affected countries should go for what they call 4RF based constructions and rehabilitation and resilient particularly, but it needs money, it needs finances, huge finances. Pakistan has afforded, but despite a very meaningful, but I would say relatively small, commitment from global community in Geneva post-floods. We are still, looking after and taking care of all those, post-climate works and reconstruction, rehabilitation work. So what we need is that on climate change, a subject, we should all get together, particularly the developing countries, and make sure that a very robust fund is available. The multilateral development institutions are there in case of, God forbid, this calamity. I'm not talking only Pakistan. Anybody who suffers because of the climate change, I think it is a fair expectation from the developing countries and suffering country particularly to have all other countries, particularly those who contribute more in this emission business, to contribute financially so that to take care of the problem, financial problem at least, as a consequence of climate change. Please, thank you.
Mr. Khalid Mahmood, Express News.
My question to Dar Sahab. Dar Sahab, the situation in Gaza is deteriorating daily basis. What can be done to end this war? Do you discuss this issue in the meeting?
We have discussed this issue in detail, not only in today's meeting, but I think we both echoed the same feeling, the same concerns just last month in Banjul in the OIC 15 summit. You see, the situation is obviously very concerning for not only for Pakistan and Azerbaijan, but it is a great concern to all entire Muslim Ummah. Look at what has happened now to Rafah. So where is the international law? Where is the UN resolutions? Where is the International Court of Justice judgment, which said that it's almost genocide? They use the word in their judgment. So you see, this is most unfortunate that one country is carrying two hoots about the international law, the United Nations Security Council resolution, the OIC resolutions, and it's just moving on the way. So we have discussed, we have shared our concern, and we are actually doing whatever do the diplomatic work on this subject. Both of us, brother, you'd like to add something? Yes, please, if you want to add.
Thank you. Yes, this issue was, of course, among one of the most important issues in our discussions. And of course, situation in Gaza is a source of great concern for all of us. And of course, we call for the immediate cessation of hostility. And we believe that the durable and long-standing peace in Middle East can be only based on the two-state solution, based on the relevant United Nations security resolutions. And we, of course, call, to the resolution of this case based on the two-state solutions. And Azerbaijan supported initiatives to this effect, which are just recently were discussed in United Nations General Assembly also.
We both concurred in our dialogue that two-state solution with pre-1967 borders and Al-Quds al-Sharif to be its capital, short of that, there is no solution to this problem. And to have perpetual and sustainable peace in the Middle East, this problem has to be solved. Please.
Yes, Ali Hussain with Business Recorder.
Thank you. This is Ali Hussain from Business Recorder. My question is to both the foreign ministers. As we know, Pakistan and Azerbaijan are part of this connectivity projects. Pakistan is part of CPEC and Azerbaijan is part of Central Corridor, passing from Central Asia to through Azerbaijan. So given the importance of these connectivity projects and trade and energy security, how can both the countries promote trade and transportation projects and other related projects? Thank you.
Relating to the connectivity, so you are absolutely right. In our agenda, the connectivity is always on the top of our agenda. And specifically, when we talk about, let's say, the projects when Azerbaijan and Pakistan can benefit, we believe that the special attention should be made to the East-West Middle Corridor project. So first of all, this project is around 2,000 kilometers shorter in comparison to other alternatives. When we talk about the land connection between Europe to Central Asia, further to the countries of the region, being, Pakistan, China, or let's say other countries of this great region. In Azerbaijan, we pay special attention to this, and we are working very closely. First of all, with our immediate neighbors. We have different formats, and as a result of all, let's say, holistic approach and works which has been done, recently in 2023, we managed to increase the transit flow through the middle corridor by 65%. And we have more ambitious plans for the coming years. So there are several important investment decision has been made in order to expand the capacity of Baku Sea Trade Port from current 15 to 25 million tons. Azerbaijan is investing heavily in railroad infrastructure, both in our own territory, on the territory of the neighboring countries even. And we believe that by the increase of, different projects between Pakistan and Central Asia countries, and at the same time, we are aware about the Pakistan-China economic corridor, and we believe that the transportation dimension of this project can also be a very good synergy when we talk about the participation of both countries in connectivity in trade, and we see great potential here, and it was one of the topic of today's discussions.
Yeah, since my friend from Business Recorder addressed this question to both of us, my brother has given the answer, but let me tell you, my friend, the government of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is very clear. We have a very high priority agenda item, and that is connectivity and energy security for Pakistan. Not only connectivity, but energy security for Pakistan. And we believe that we can expand for mutual benefit through this connectivity. If you recall, even the government 2013-18, we had with great difficulty had negotiated and signed CASA 1000, Central Asian that project, and South Asia Asian projects. So it wasn't easy. So I believe that we mutually we can work together, and we have this also discussion in our dialogue today. With a unique location, I think we can provide a great benefit, not only to Pakistan, but also to all Central Asian countries if we have a connectivity. We have on the one side Karachi port, we have a Gwadar port, so the linkages between us, not only between and among us, the linkages with East China and with other South Asian countries will also be possible. So I think the connectivity projects are the priority agenda of current government, and we hope that there will be more breakthroughs, and we have different forums to work together. We have Economic Cooperation Organization, we have Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, and different other forum where we can promote and take these ideas further. And once those ideas become successful, and mature and materialize, the people of all the concerning countries would benefit. Thank you.
This was our last question, and we conclude our briefing of today, and thank the two foreign ministers for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.